Great British love affair with train travel is as old as the railways themselves. From the beating heart of London's metropolis to the majesty of the Scottish Highlands. Connecting coast and countryside with our great cities, the East Coast Line has it all.
Disregard that, it's a glitch.
But it's the people who give life to this railway.
I won't risk it, I trust you.
British public are the best form of entertainment on the planet.
The East Coast Line carries 19 million passengers a year on 155 train journeys a day, along almost 1,000 miles of track. East Coast is the largest operator on the line. It runs trains, manages stations, and employs nearly 3,000 staff.
That's all you're doing all day. I'm not playing with you while you're showing off.
The East Coast workforce toils tirelessly.
Demand your bags, please.
From driving trains...
Look at this office window. Fantastic.
...to making breakfasts...
I've cooked that much bacon over the years, surprised I haven't turned into a pig.
...to controlling the whole train set.
Morning. That's absolutely excellent, Graham. Thank you very much for that news.
Keeping everything on track behind the scenes and in public.
I've been standing here for half an hour.
These are the real heroes of the railway. Around 3,000 men and women work for East Coast. Many have spent their entire working lives on the railway, and many more are only just embarking on their careers.
I've had a good shift, haven't we? Yes, darling.
But they all know that on the railways, no 2 days are alike.
Every day is different on the railway.
And whatever gets thrown their way, whether good or bad,
When you get something like a fatality, it puts things into context a little bit.
A bit crazy. One more, and you're off the station.
it's all in a day's work.
And it's not working.
Anything can be thrown at you at any minute.
No, off the train, off.
Late March, officially it's spring, but the Great British Winter is having one last hurrah. Just when everyone thought they could pack away their cold weather gear, Britain's woken up to the worst March snowfall in 30 years. And weather like this can spell chaos for the entire rail network.
It's running a little bit late, so it'll be about another 9 minutes or so.
At York Station, East Coast rookie dispatcher Liam is manning the information desk.
It's been a bit of a nightmare so far today, really. Heavy snow right across the country. A lot of our services have been delayed. It really is causing chaos, to be honest. You had a nightmare journey so far? Joking. Where have you come from?
From snowfall.
All sorts of crazy inquiries. I mean, people are asking me if the train's going to be all right tomorrow, but I don't even know if the train's going to be all right in an hour's time, never mind tomorrow. So I always get inquiries like that, but I've not got a crystal ball, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't.
Can I see tickets, please? That's it, excellent. There you are. Thank you very much. Good morning. There you are. Thank you very much.
A snowstorm was the last thing Guard Adrian expected when he boarded his Newcastle-bound train this morning.
Oh, it's getting deep here, isn't it? Look at that. A couple of inches deep at the platform. Oh, we're not even halfway there yet.
Yeah, can you just let me know the situation with the snow there? Is it still as bad as it was? It is still snowing.
At the control centre in York, the beating heart of the East Coast operation, the team is busy monitoring all services and ensuring communications are up to date across the network for crew and passengers.
You're okay as far as passengers getting in and out of the station? Right, that's perfect.
Information controller Mickey thinks they're managing the unexpected disruption pretty well.
We're able to run a pretty decent service. In fact, we haven't cancelled one train today. And the latest train We have running, I think, is 20 minutes late.
But all this could change if the weather conditions continue to worsen.
There's some more snow forecast for the next 24 hours. Sub-zero temperatures throughout the route. London -1, northeast -4. We never used to have temperatures like that, I'm sure. We're getting more and more like Canada each day. But when I think back to this weekend last year, it was a boiling hot weekend. It just goes to show. You never know what to expect. You just have to be prepared for all kinds of weathers.
On the train speeding north, Adrian's bracing himself for the worst.
It's looking heavy. Yeah, it looks very thick. I can imagine it's getting worse as we get further north.
While the train crews battle through the snow on their way north, back at King's Cross, young customer services assistants Jack and Bianca have landed a plum job. East Coast is rolling out a new uniform, and this lucky pair will be modelling the collection on its first public outing.
I've seen the new uniform and I thought I really loved it. I really liked it. It's very pink, but for me, I love it. So
I've only seen the pictures. I've only seen the pictures with the waistcoats and everybody's written all over it saying, no waistcoat.
Bianca is clearly excited about the new look.
I've only been here a year and a half and I feel like I need a change of the uniform, so this is coming right at the best time.
But Jack seems a little more sceptical.
I feel like I'm looking at a book of carpet samples. It's very pink. How good do I look?
Compliment your hair.
Yeah, thank you.
East Coast plans to introduce the new look in shirts, ties, jumpers, and yes, Jack, waistcoats. Around 20,000 garments will be rolled out across the network.
Right then, we're going to try it on.
No? Okay. Yeah. Give this a try. Pinning it round the back.
Looks like Jack is coming around to the new image.
But yeah, there you go. Ready for customer service.
What do you think?
Very nice. I think yours fits a bit better than mine.
Yeah, your waistcoat doesn't...
It fits. I can't pinning it round the back now.
Jack and Bianca will be modelling the new uniform in the East Coast service from London to Leeds, and it's almost departure time. En route to Newcastle, train guard Adrian assists a passenger who missed his scheduled connection because of the snow.
What time's the connection? Let's have a look. There's a 9:49.
How long does it take for them to get to Sheffield?
That'll get to Sheffield at 10:19. But obviously there might be delays themselves as well, so...
Just like the passengers, Adrian is anxious that the bad weather doesn't leave him stuck in transit, unable to get home to London.
Lovely, jubbly. Like anybody else, I want to get home to my family, so I don't want to be delayed any longer than I have to be. I've got a wife and 3 kids at home, and I want to be home to see them before they go to bed.
The train's pulling into Newcastle, and Adrian's got an hour to wait for his homeward-bound train, which is currently heading south from Inverness.
I hope the snow settles down now so we can get back home on time, but who knows?
Back at King's Cross, Jack and Bianca's impromptu fashion show is about to begin on the Leeds-bound train. At the cafe bar, Jack's come up with a cunning plan.
I'm just going to ask people when they come up to the bar whether they like the new uniform or not, and I'm just going to make a tally and see whether or not at the end of the day it's a good idea. It's a way to do it. Maybe not the best, but probably the most fun.
And not to be outdone, Bianca's canvassing passengers' opinions about the new outfits.
Yeah, this is our new uniform today. Just wanted to see what you think about it.
That's really nice.
Oh, good.
Smart, colourful as well.
It's very bright, isn't it? Yeah. We stick out a bit. Everyone was saying they liked the colour. I think that's what everyone's feeling. It stands out. I think we want to stand out from the crowd. We are We are something special, so we want a nice uniform to go with the way we feel, sort of, really. So that's it.
The ladies like the look, but what will Jack's customers say?
What do you think? Do you think this is a smart uniform? This is a uniform change for us, yeah? Do you want to just fill in my very official poll that I've devised there for you, sir?
That's a yes, but Jack is angling for more.
Hiya. What do you think of the new uniform, sir? Yeah? Ah, fair enough. Oh dear, it's all good fun.
What do you think is our new one?
It's very nice.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, no, it's I quite like the pinky sort of tones.
See, women, we love the pink.
Yeah.
What do you think, sir? New uniform?
Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
Do you think this one's very smart? Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah? Good.
I noticed it on the platform on a lady as I walked up, one of your colleagues.
What do you think about our new uniform? We're just trying these out today.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, lovely.
I like the short sleeves especially.
Yeah.
Back in Newcastle, after an hour break, train card Adrian's London-bound train is good to go, and the snowfall has stopped for the time being. But now he's facing something much, much worse.
Excellent. That was our control saying there's a child been sick in coach E for Echo, seats 5 and 6. Maybe I don't have a look at how much of a cleaning it needs. I hate kids sick. Well, my kids are sick at home. I can't stomach it.
Adrian surveys the damage, and it's not as bad as he had feared.
Oh, I know, but it's just not as bad as I thought. People don't drive time things, don't they? I thought it'd be everywhere.
As a guard, Adrian won't do the dirty work. A clean-up team will take care of it at the next station stop.
You all right, Princess?
Are you better?
Not really.
Were you sick?
It's now late afternoon, and the snowstorm has let up.
Be 144 down on platform 1, still that way on the left. All right. Yeah, I think the rest of the day's going to be pretty smooth, to be honest. Last sort of half an hour, it's died down a lot. There's not as many delays, fingers crossed.
Adrian's relieved. The snow is no longer a worry. In fact, his train is making good time into London.
It's always good getting back into London, especially if you're early as well, which is a refreshing change. And your buggy. That's no problem at all, that's all right. She's happy she's back on solid ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
While Adrian heads home to his family, Jack and Bianca's train rolls into Leeds, and the momentous moment has arrived. The boats have been counted, and the result is...
We have 7 ticks for yes and 0 ticks for no. So overall, I think it's going to be a good uniform.
A death on the line creates chaos.
East Coast Control, it impacted on us quite heavily.
Red and black are not very good.
The standard for them train, there's only one result.
It should be just a regular Thursday for employees and travellers on the East Coast Line. 155 services carrying thousands of passengers across 936 miles of track. East Coast staff members are used to dealing with anything the job can throw at them. But there's one event that every employee dreads.
Just come in from a train from York, just departed from Doncaster, arrived in Retford and heard about that there'd been a fatality. So just narrowly escaped whatever happened up there.
Any death on the tracks, suicide, accidental or suspicious, can cause severe delays while the police investigate.
East Coast Control.
In York, at the East Coast Control Centre, rolling stock controller Gary and his team are facing major disruptions.
It was a River cross-country service just south of York. So that was the one involving the fatality. Although it wasn't an East Coast train involved in it, it impacted on us quite heavily. It closed the main lines to and from London. It closed them for approximately, I think it was about 90 minutes all told. So there was no services permitted to move south of York for that period of time.
The police have given the rail companies the all clear, and York Control's first objective is to bring all services currently delayed back on time as quickly as possible.
If we terminate the Sierra 13 or Sierra 15,
Sierra 13 would probably be the better one for us.
Gary is terminating services running north from York and concentrating on moving enough trains south to King's Cross to prepare for the capital's evening rush.
Rather than chase our tails all day, I'm to terminate short to bring a service back on time. It's a little bit of pay for the good in the end to get everything back on an even keel.
For now, train guard Claire is stuck at King's Cross.
Everything's been late now, so hopefully my train coming in won't be too late, but a bit crazy. This is the trains that are coming from north, so you can find out which is making your train to go back. This is the running board of the ones that are running late. So the green ones are okay, red and black are not very good. I'm just hoping that the train that we have to go back is in on time and then everything's fine.
Fatalities, particularly suicides, are a sobering aspect of life on the railway. In the last year, there have been 238 recorded suicides on UK railways. That figure comprised nearly 4% of all UK suicides. Fatalities cost the UK railway industry millions of pounds a year, but the human cost is impossible to measure.
For me, I think the most difficult and challenging aspect is the amount of fatalities that we have on the railway. I mean, sometimes you can get a week where obviously you don't have one. At other times, you know, I had 5 in the space of 3 days. The drivers have an incredibly difficult time.
One driver who's come face to face with a potential suicide is Graham. Based in Newcastle, he's worked on the railway for over 34 years.
Ultimately, it's an awful experience for the driver involved, because obviously he sees and he can't do nothing about it. For example, I'm doing nearly 120 miles an hour now, and if somebody decided to just run in front of me, about 100 yards in front of us, doesn't matter how hard I put the brake on, with 700-800 tons behind us, you're never going to stop.
The memory of the person he hit still haunts him.
He was only a young lad, he was the same age as my son. He was only 14. Why he did it, I'll never know. And I did speak to my son afterwards, and I said, if you think anything's bad, it's never that bad, ever. We can always sort something out, but it's never bad for somebody to have to do that, stand in front of a train. Because they stand in front of a train, there's only one result.
Any driver involved in a fatality receives care and counselling.
It's very important that that care and that support is in place for them.
It can affect different drivers in different ways. There's drivers I've known who have actually had fatalities in the past and they've been back at work within 2 weeks. But there's other drivers that have been off for 6 months, and I'm sure there's drivers in the past that's actually finished their career because they couldn't get back in the cab. The drivers I've known who have been off a long time, that's been the thing, they've not been able to get back in the cab. It's been very difficult to go over the piece of track again where that incident's happened because it's still in their mind.
An hour has passed since the police gave the all clear, but back at East Coast Control in York, the delays continue to disrupt the schedule.
Right, John, Sierra 13, terminate Newcastle.
Yeah.
Echo 24, SSO Berwick.
Yeah. Are we putting Berwick in S15 as well? Because S16 could be quite full.
Today's delays have affected all East Coast passengers. Those travelling north to Scotland are among the worst affected.
one's 87 minutes late, one's 66 minutes late, and they're all late runners. So one's heading towards London, and that'll terminate, and then we've got the Inverness train that's running 66 minutes late, so that'll have an impact on our customers when they get to Inverness, because they probably missed the last ScotRail service, so we'll have to provide onward transport, whether it be in taxis or maybe a coach, depending on how many passengers are, and it's all part of their contract for us to get them to the final destination.
The control centre team is determined to keep the inconvenience for passengers down to a minimum, but some knock-on delays are inevitable.
Unfortunately, when you get something like a fatality, it puts things into context a little bit. It's not great, and unfortunately we seem to get more than our fair share of them. Passengers, as long as updated and you lay the cards on the table, then I think they're a bit more understanding of the circumstances. It's out of your control.
A death on the track is stressful for passengers and staff alike, but for those employees whose job it is to deal directly with the aftermath, the stress is particularly acute.
One of my roles as a technical team leader, I do get called out to fatalities. I can remember the last one I went out to was a young girl. She's only 16, 17 years old, was hit by one of our trains that killed her instantly. And I do remember helping the police collect body parts, cleaning up, and remember a passenger leaning out of a window saying to me, "Oh, we're going to be much longer." And that was quite hurtful. We do our best, but on the front of the train there was somebody dead. You know, somebody had taken their life on the front of the train, and you know, what was asked of me is, "You're going to be much longer."
No, Echo 23 start Newcastle, Clyde. 1750.
Back at East Coast headquarters, the control centre team is anticipating the impact of the delays on rush hour London.
Have you seen all these late runners we've got coming from the north? Nothing's terminating short, and at the moment we've got no plans for anything to be cancelled going back out. We'll just keep running with everything. If we get late starts, then we'll just have to grin and bear it. There will be impacts in London. Might mean pressure on in London for 15-20 minute turnarounds.
About 60% of East Coast passengers start or finish their journey at King's Cross, so Gary has every reason to worry about the impact of the day's delays on rush hour traffic. Claire's train finally comes in.
Is this the 3:30?
But another delay ties up the schedule.
The line is out of use at the moment.
And train guard Kane races to avoid mishap.
Excuse me.
The majority of passengers are quite understanding when you explain to them over the tannoy that the train's been delayed due to a fatality. Unfortunately, in this day and age, it is quite frequent, fatalities, and it causes a lot of delays and throughout the whole day.
A fatality on the tracks earlier in the day has put the East Coast schedule back by more than 2 hours.
Well, that's the one that's gone first anyway.
Services going north from York to Scotland have been terminated, and now the focus is to get enough trains south to King's Cross to handle the evening commuter rush. Station Customer Services Manager Olga is bracing herself for the possible onslaught of late trains and upset passengers.
The black one, which is heavily delayed, is 87 minutes late now. This train meant to form 5 minutes past 4 to Leeds. So as it's currently an hour away from here, so it's definitely not going to form 5 minutes past 4. As well as this train, yeah, it's over an hour late as well. So that means that we need to find another train, which is a set swap, basically.
A set is rail speak for a whole train. A set swap essentially means prepping a train to take a different route than it was originally booked for. And at King's Cross, with rush hour fast approaching, it's essential to do this very, very quickly.
With our dispatchers and duty team leaders who needs to be on the ball of everything and who needs to make sure that all the trains that arrive late, they're all tanked and serviced and cleaned and reserved very quickly.
It's not just paying customers who've been affected by today's disruptions. Train guard Claire's been stuck in King's Cross waiting for her return train to Newcastle. And there's good news. It's just come in.
So mine's on platform 2, but it's got 2 head codes, so I'll have to go and find out which one's ours. Is this the 3:30? It's got 2 head codes on the board?
Yeah.
All right. Right, this is my train, so we must be leaving on time, so that's all I'm bothered about.
Claire is finally on her way home to Newcastle, and it looks like the tangle of delays across the network is slowly but surely being straightened out.
East Coast Control. Yeah, we've got Echo 25 behind him, but you'll have, I would imagine, there'll be quite a lot of people going.
But the day's drama is not over yet. Back at East Coast Control, the team has been hit by another unforeseen snag.
Yeah, we've got a plastic sheet on the overhead line equipment at Grantham.
Every year, hundreds of plastic bags and kiddies' balloons wreak havoc, costing the rail company precious time and money.
That's the contact wire there, where the plastic bag is actually laying on as well. That's where the electric locomotives pick the overhead line supply up.
With trains running at up to 125 miles per hour and over 25,000 volts of live electricity coursing through the cables, contact with even the flimsiest of objects has the potential to cause serious damage.
So if that gets tangled in the pantograph, it causes all sorts of problems, losing power and everything. So it always amazes when you've got 1,000 acres of sky up there, yet these things seem to find the overhead line equipment. The line is out of use at the moment until that's removed safely by overhead line staff.
At King's Cross, Olga is still concerned about a last-minute set swap that could prevent the 5 p.m. train to Edinburgh from leaving on time.
1700, do you still need help for that, yeah? All right, thank you.
But the efforts of East Coast Control have paid off. Enough trains have made it south to London on time, so last-minute set swaps aren't required.
It's already there, boarding, and we'll be ready to leave exactly on time, so all good now.
Olga's happy. The busy commuter exodus from King's Cross is running without major disruption. And back at East Coast Control in York, the plastic bag snag has been resolved.
Thank you. Cheers, Dan. Right, John. Grantham, we're okay now.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thanks. So the bag at Grantham's now been removed, so services running through Grantham heading northbound. Normal running, normal working resumed. So that's all clear and out of the way now.
With his shift drawing to a close, Gary's hopeful that he's seen the last of the day's delays.
We're pulling round slowly but surely. It's a lot better than it was about 3 hours or so ago. I've got about an hour and a half to go, so yeah, hopefully we're over the worst of today, so I can go home and have a nice bite to eat at home at tea.
It's not just the control centre staff that troubleshoots problems on the line. East Coast also has a team of roving engineers who work behind the scenes, making sure the network runs smoothly. In Peterborough, train fitter Alistair is on call.
I like fixing things, yeah.
When a driver reports a mechanical issue, Alistair rides the rails to diagnose the problem.
It's something different every day. It's what helps to make it interesting.
Today, Alistair's tending a locomotive with a faulty speedometer. The reading jumps erratically from 125 up to 140 miles an hour.
It keeps jumping up every now and then at certain bends and things, causing the drivers a bit of consternation. And it's usually a problem with one of these probes where the cables have got crushed or have partly damaged. I've opened the door so I can actually see what the speedo's doing, see when it does actually jump. If you look at the speedo, you'll see it's doing 140 miles an hour.
Relax, passengers, it's not actually going that speed, it's just a faulty reading.
Even when it was doing that, I couldn't really get a satisfactory reading from any of the probe. I'll have to wait and see if it does it again.
And don't worry that there's no driver. That's because Alistair is in the training car at the back of the train. Halfway to London, the probe picks up the problem.
If you notice there that the figures are dancing about all over the place, that's the actual voltage output from number 4 probe, and it's not as steady as it should be. Something not right there. I think what we'll do, we'll ask the maintenance control, see if we can get the probe on number 4 axle changed tonight, and see if that cures it.
The fault is found and reported. Alistair's patience and persistence have paid off.
The whole idea of the job is to make sure that the service runs as efficiently as possible with the least amount of delay to the passenger. Cheers. Ta-da.
Unbeknown to the travelling public, Alistair packs up and quietly slips off the train, leaving no trace behind.
You're always behind the scenes, never at the front, sort of just trying to keeping your head down, getting your hands dirty and mending things.
And that's how he likes it.
Where are you travelling to, sir? Newcastle. Newcastle, yeah, if you go to this next door and walk through it, they'll be going shortly, sir.
While train fitter Alistair operates behind the scenes, the train guard's role is front and centre. Kane's been a guard for a year, and one thing he's learnt about the job is...
Every day is different on the railway.
He may be just a ticket collector to you, but this guy is primed for every eventuality.
This is the ticket printing machine. We accept credit cards, have a scanner for the new print at home tickets. These are the all-important ticket stampers, the T-key and the T-key holder. This is to open your panels. And my awkwardly positioned torch, so it's just a lamp for dispatch in the dark. It's sets to either clear light, green light or red light for emergencies. Oh, whistle. And that's just not an ID card, it's also a PTS card. That little box at the bottom proves I've passed my own personal track safety test. And the hair's always got to look good.
Kane is an on-board superhero, ready for any mission.
The lights have got out in carriage C.
In carriage C?
Yeah. So every time we go through a tunnel, we're in complete darkness.
Oh, right. I'll come down straight away and sort that.
Or something, so.
We've probably gone through a section where the power's been lost, but I'll...
By the time the passengers caught up with Kane and carriage C, the problem's been sorted.
We're going to York.
Emergency over.
Emergency over. The problem is fixed. There's a thing on the railway, never say something's fixed, because we work on jinx. When I first started as a guard, I was jinxed for the first few weeks. Touch wood. Not been a jinx since, you know. Okay. Checking all tickets, please.
A jinx, you say, Kane? It would appear that railway people are a superstitious lot.
Old team plumbing. Yeah, ticket in the coffin. I've never done that before, ever.
As the train approaches Peterborough, Kane faces yet another headache. This time it's a problem with the doors.
Nope. Panel's not working.
Kane flies into action.
I do a little jog, I'm a bit flustered. I did a marathon last year, believe it or not, and I'm not as fit as I want.
It's a mad Saturday night and Pam reads the riot act.
No, one more and you're off the station.
And Julie goes full throttle to stop an accident in the making.
You never know what's going to happen. You never know what each carriage could unfold. You're going into each carriage blind as much, and you're on your own as well, so if something does unfold in front of you, you have to think fast. Our job can be compared to a counsellor, a policeman, a security guard. Each scenario requires you to wear a different cap.
Being a train guard might look simple, but it's a demanding and complex job. The most important duty is safety.
Initially, I'd take my lead off the driver, but if anything was to happen to the driver, then I would be in charge of passenger safety, organising emergency services, protecting the line, because that's the main thing. You know, if something were to happen on a train, you have to stop traffic. That's the first thing that you do, which is why we have in here, they are track safety clips. And they're the ones that will be put on each side of the track, and they'll turn the signal ahead to red and the one behind, so it stops train traffic.
A guard must be equipped for whatever gets thrown at him, even canine management.
Oh, calm down, calm down, calm down. I've been put on dog sitting patrol, so I'm having a lot of firsts today. A lot of firsts. Now this is a rare occasion that I get asked to dog sit. Oh, bless it, it's shaking. Is the guy still gone because I'm taking this dog? Oh, no, I'm taking the dog. Caught in the red-handed, I'm going to take that dog up.
The train arrives at Newcastle and Kane's clocking off.
I bought Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray yesterday, so I'm going home to chill. Probably get a couple or 3 or 4 packets of cookies on the way home and just nosh to my heart's content. Right, see you later. See you later, Paul.
Kane can kick back and relax, knowing he's done a good day's work. But for other East Coast staff, the working day is just beginning. York Station is one of the busiest on the East Coast line. 5.8 million passengers pass through the station each year. If there's one shift that's guaranteed to be lively, it's Saturday night. Information controller Julie finds it one of the most unpredictable shifts of her week.
Yeah, I do. I like Saturdays. It's entertaining, so it's a really good shift. We'll be busy about 5 o'clock onwards, right through till after 10 o'clock with hen parties, stag parties, just people out for days out drinking. So you just got to keep your eye on them, chance to fall on the track or just be stupid when the train comes in, so you just got to be vigilant with them at all times. It must be a dressy up for tonight, getting ready, but I won't come on station with rollers in, that's for sure. Rail 72...
A last-minute track reassignment puts Julie on the alert.
Come on, let's run.
2 trains are coming in on platform 9, one right after another. Julie has to make sure passengers don't get on the wrong train.
This is going to be organised chaos on here at the moment because we've got a Newcastle coming in now and we've got a London coming in straight after. So we've got to make sure that they don't get on the wrong train and tell them. Where are you going? See, in this one I said it's the second train, not this one. See, that's what I mean, confusion. Rail 7 to Rail 3, any chance you can ask the guard to do an announcement to say this is the Newcastle, not the London service? This isn't the Doncaster, it's the next one. This is a Newcastle service.
But there's only so many people Julie can take care of.
Thanks, Jeff. She's on the wrong train, that lady, now. Keep away! Number 5 for London now. 5, just through there. Anybody for London, number 5? Anybody for the London
Julie barely has a moment's pause before she's on the run again.
Hang on. There's a gentleman on, it's just come off train on 3. I don't know if he's fallen or something, but the guys just said he might have broke his leg or broke hurt some ligaments, so he just needs a wheelchair to get him to the taxi rank to the hospital. So we'll just go and see what's happened. Oh. Can you not get up? Hang on.
No, but...
I'll get somebody to come and help me. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Hang on.
Oh.
All right, hang on, I'll get it for you. Where you come from? Oh, no, they're slowest trains.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, you're welcome. I hope you're better.
Never made it here, mate.
He got his injury playing football, he said. He thinks he's pulled a ligament in his leg, because I thought at one stage it might have been broken. But he said he's going home, maybe have a knock bath and see how he goes, and then he might go to the hospital. All right, see you later. Bye. So that's another thing on a Saturday night, but at least he was really nice, a nice bloke, and that for helping him.
In Newcastle, customer service assistants Pam and Claire are in the midst of Saturday night shenanigans.
Have you had a good night? Yeah? Yeah? No. Oh, you've got to be nice.
Hey, man.
Hey, Mum.
Careful, boys, keep it clean.
No. Nope. Nope, we don't have that. Mummy instincts came out there, did you see? No.
There's young ladies. Nope. We don't have swearing.
No.
I'm the same.
Aye.
One more,
Oh, you can't
and you're
swear
off the
because the young
station.
lady-
I love my Doris. Oh,
On the other side of the platform, Pam and Claire spot an all too familiar sight.
Stephen, you better get your mop out.
Steve, you might want to put at least a cone in front of him. Every weekend, it's a common thing, and unfortunately, it's our colleagues that have to go and clear it up. Not a nice job.
Just another Saturday night in Newcastle. Back in York, Julie's eagle eye spots a potential disaster and she's back running.
On! No, I'm not winning. Either on or off, quickly. On or off, quick. No, you'll have to get on or off. On or off. Move back. No, off the track. Off. Some ladies, the girls who was already on the train was holding the doors. It was their mates that came at last minute. She went, as the train was going, she went to try and push the door open, but she had a few drinks. If she'd have slipped, she'd have been right down the side of the train, and she'd probably have been killed. So that's why I ran down to try and stop her from getting on. And that's my shift finished. And I'm absolutely tired out, running about. But it's been a good night and a good shift, so I've enjoyed it.
You've earned your stripes tonight, Julie.